In this video, I've put some practice questions on mechanical comprehension for you to prepare for the ASVAB test. Which shelf will support the most weight? So the answer here is letter D. What type of gear arrangement is this? The answer here is letter B, worm and wheel. In which direction does the friction act on this skier? Okay, so we have four directions here, A, B, C, and D. The answer here is letter D, because the skier is going downwards while letter D is going upwards, and it's against the motion of the skier. So letter D is the friction. Extending the reach of this crane will shift its total weight, allowable speed, center of gravity, center of buoyancy. The answer here is center of gravity. Why does the intake valve open on this pump when the piston goes down? Air pressure at X is greater than air pressure at Y. Air pressure at Z is less than air pressure at X. Air pressure at X is less than air pressure at Y. Air pressure at Y is greater than air pressure at Z. The answer here is letter A. So the air pressure at X here is greater than the air pressure at Y. That's why the intake valve open in this pump when the piston goes down. What is Newton's third law of motion? So the statement that accurately and adequately describes Newton's third law of motion is, for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. So this is the answer here. Then this is expressed mathematically as f of A equals the negative of f of B, where f of A is the force of an object A on an object B, and f of B is the force on an object B on an object A. The term equilibrium is defined as the state in which opposing forces are balanced. So the answer is this one, the first option. So equilibrium describes a state of balance in which opposing forces are acting on a single object without changing its overall motion. Say, for example, a box resting on a table is considered to be in equilibrium since the weight of the box is balanced with the normal force of the table on the box. What is the definition and the danger of recoil? The act of recoiling, whether in a human or in a machine, denotes the act of leaping or pulling back after being released or in response to a trigger. Recoil is largely dangerous due to the potential for injury if workers are not paying careful attention to heavy machinery. So among the choices here, the answer is this one. Recoil is the concept of kicking back or leaping back after being released. It may be dangerous due to the possibility of injury upon having equipment leap back rapidly. Another word or phrase for false gravity is tension, friction, Newton's law, or centrifugal law. The answer here is centrifugal force. I meant centrifugal force, not law. Centrifugal force is the only phrase accurately adhering to the notion of gravity, and it acts towards the outside of an object in circular motion, creating an effect similar to that of gravity. And a familiar example of this is the roundup ride in amusement parks. Which of the following examples is not a situation where work is done? A child is jumping on the same spot, a tennis ball is hit by a racket, a spring is compressed, or a heavy weight is lifted. Now to do work as it is defined in physics, an object needs to change shape or size. Like when a spring is compressed, has to change the speed or the direction of its motion, like when a tennis ball is hit by a racket, or needs to change its position with the direction of the force pointing in the same direction as the displacement of the object, like when a heavy weight is lifted. So when a child is jumping on the same spot, all right, we have here the first choice. The overall displacement is 0, so no work is done in that situation. So the rest of the options here, work is done, except this one. So the answer is this one, a child is jumping on the same spot.